Hey guys, it's Robyn, your Scentsy fragrance consultant. Welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I've got a Valentine's Day haul. This is the Valentine's Day collection. I did a party closeout order, so I have a few other things here as well as a few pieces from the Valentine's Day collection. Now this arrived day before yesterday, I just haven't had time to film it yet, which means I've made samples of these. So if you're a customer of mine who's ordered in the last couple months, you will be getting samples of the Valentine's Day collection. But also it means I have warmed these. I've warmed them to make samples. I've also warmed them in my home last night. So I can let you know kind of how these perform and what I think of them overall. I've also got, a few other things here as well. So we will kind of just jump in. So first of all, we'll just kind of go through the Valentine's Day bars here, because that's probably what a lot of you are looking to hear about. So they do come in this little bag set. The bow on here is very cute. And my daughter wears bows a lot, so I'm kind of almost debating taking this off of here and seeing if I can put a hair clip in it to have her wear it, because she'll probably enjoy that. Little organza bag with your card here. And the card does have these scent descriptions as well. So if you're gifting this, it has scent descriptions. That isn't as important anymore as it once was because our packaging now has scent descriptions on it. So the bars themselves, as you can see, have the scent notes on them. So yeah, there is Bergamot and tuberose. There is champagne and pink grapefruit. And there is plum and vanilla orchid. So altogether we have a white bar, a kind of pinky red bar, and a plum colored bar. So as a 3-pack, they're very pretty, very Valentine suitable. The first one is plum and vanilla orchid. And the scent notes on this one are plum, blossoms, and vanilla. And I think we can assume by the name that the blossoms they're talking about are orchid. So this one's very nice. It's my favorite of the 3. So I mean, this is subjective, but it's my favorite of the 3. What I mostly get is like a jam note. Now, one of the scent descriptions I read had like a wild berry jam note, and I don't see that on the label here, but I did see that in a scent description somewhere of this, and I smell wild berry jam more than anything else. This is a rich, deep, saturated, juicy, plummy wild berry scent. There is very little floral to speak of, if any. Maybe the barest whisper of musk in the very back. But overall, I would say this is like a fruity, bordering on gourmand scent. There's not a whole ton of, there's a little vanilla. A little bit, but not enough to make it foody. And it's like a body care or perfumey type vanilla, but barely. This is a saturated, jammy scent. It's like a berry jam. What this reminds me the most of is, if you remember the scent Jam and Jubilee from a couple years ago as a scent of the month, this reminds me a lot on warm, especially, of Jam and Jubilee. Now I did this in my bedroom. I did 2 cubes only, and my bedroom is probably a little bit larger than an average bedroom, but like not a whole lot. And 2 cubes in my bedroom filled the space, came down the hall. Now that is one thing I will say about this collection as a whole. I'm hearing mixed reviews on performance from teammates, from customers, and that sort of thing. They either seem to do quite nicely in your home, or they seem to be a little bit light. Now for me, plum and vanilla orchid was the strongest of the 3. And again, I did 2 cubes in my bedroom, and it was a solid medium, if not medium plus, and like wafted down the halls. I have also heard from others that this one won't fill a very small space even. So I think it depends on your home and the space and your nose and all kinds of things, like anything else. But for me in my home, this one did quite nicely with 2 cubes, and I really like it. It is now on the 2nd day as we speak, and it kind of has like a bubblegummy note to it almost. Like it's almost like a, you know when you like would chew like strawberry Hubba Bubba as a kid, like the Hubba Bubba or Bubblicious strawberry bubblegum? It's almost like that. Now it's not strawberry on cold here. It is like a wild berry jam, like a sweet saturated jam. And there is like a juicy plum in the base as well. Plum definitely is in here. Blossoms, barely. And vanilla. I think a name with jam in the title would have made more sense for this bar, but I think they're trying to kind of go for like the very upscale vibe. So they got plum and vanilla orchid, which sounds fancy. This is not a necessarily fancy scent in my opinion. It's a beautiful scent. I really like it. This is the one of the 3 that I would definitely repurchase. I will order more of this one. I quite like this one. Now longevity, like I said, it's on day 2. It's still a medium. It's going fine. So longevity seems to be at least average, possibly better than average. And strength, at least average, if not a bit better in my home. And again, that's in a bedroom with 2 cubes. So plum and vanilla orchid, quite enjoy that one. The next one we have here is champagne and pink grapefruit. Now this one has champagne, grapefruit, and musk. So this one, I am iffy with grapefruit scents at the best of times, but there are grapefruit scents I like. And I kind of hoped for this one that it would be kind of similar to like Scentsy's spin on Bath & Body Works Champagne Toast or something like that. It is nothing like that. Not even close, not even kind of in that realm. That Champagne Toast from Bath & Body Works is a sweet citrus berry champagne scent. Quite sweet. This one is like a fresh, bitter fresh type scent. There is definitely musk to it. So it is on like a little bit of like a perfumey edge. The grapefruit is quite sharp to my nose. It's a juicy grapefruit and it does smell like a pink grapefruit. But it's sharp and fresh and bright. So that's how I would describe it. A little bit perfumey with the musk, but sharp, fresh, and bright grapefruit. And it is just pure grapefruit all the time. I'm not really getting the champagne. So I did 1 cube of this in my daughter's bathroom, 1 cube in our laundry room. And initially it was a good throw. It was a nice, I would say strong throw in those 2 small spaces. But we are now like a day out and I can't smell them anymore. Like they are pretty much tapering off. So longevity is the shortest of the 3 in my home. And again, that could vary depending on who you are and your home and everything else. But in my home, this is the shortest lasting, and that doesn't really surprise me because grapefruit in general tends to be a shorter lived scent. Citrus in general tends to do that. It goes nice and strong for a little bit and then it kind of tapers off. So champagne and pink grapefruit being the shortest duration bar doesn't surprise me. It was still okay. But what I found with this one is that a real like clean linen note came out on warm. So it was almost like a sharp grapefruit and sharp clean laundry, but not laundry in like a dryer sheet or even a laundry soap kind of way. Clean laundry in like a bleached cotton kind of way. Like hospital linens almost came to mind. I wasn't a fan. This was not for me. My daughter really liked this one on cold. She didn't comment either way on warm. But for me, this one was a pass. I think if you're a real fan of grapefruit, this is probably one you're gonna enjoy. I am iffy with grapefruit on a good day, and this one just wasn't my thing. So champagne and pink grapefruit, nice strong performer initially, shorter duration. And then the third Valentine's Day bar, we have Bergamot and Tuberose. And this one had me shaking in my boots because I'm a person who is very sensitive to floral scents. I get migraines really easy. And Tuberose and Bergamot both kind of scared me. I love cashmere. Cashmere's in the notes as well. So it's got Bergamot, Tuberose, and cashmere. Cashmere, I like. Tuberose scares me a lot. And Bergamot can go either way. Bergamot can be like a citrus bright note, or it can be like a cologne type note. And I was really hoping it wouldn't be a cologne type note. It's not. Good news. In one of the descriptions I saw for Bergamot and Tuberose, it actually said bushels of white florals. And I was like, that scares me because white florals especially are like a migraine trigger for me. So I was kind of scared of this one. And then people started getting it on my team and they're like, I quite like it. It's very pretty. It's light and pretty. And yeah, I would agree. This is a light, pretty floral. So Bergamot and Tuberose. My daughter, this was her favorite of the bunch. She is 8 and she likes a lot of different scents. She likes sweet scents, but she also does seem to like some florals as well. This is pretty. This is on the lighter side. This is the lightest of the 3, but I don't think you would want this bar to be extremely strong. I think the beauty of this one is the lightness. This is light and fresh and bright and airy. There's a little bit of like, in that cashmere, I think there's a little bit of vanilla that came out more on warm. It's just pretty. Now with this one, I did 2 cubes of this in my daughter's bedroom. The Tuberose, I would say, is a fresh, bright rose. You know how rose notes can be powdery, or they can be really strongly perfumey, or they can be like soapy, or they can be like a fresh, true rose. This would be the fresh, true rose variety of rose to my nose. That's a lot of rhyming, unintentionally. This is a fresh, true rose, a cashmere note with a lot of vanilla to it. Very pretty together. And then the Bergamot, I don't smell bergamot, but what I do have is a brightness to it. And I think that's a little bit of citrus bergamot. It's very nice. It's very nice. So it is the lightest of the 3, like I said. So I did 2 cubes in my daughter's bedroom. Her bedroom is a very standard sized bedroom. And it went to about a light medium. I wouldn't say a whole medium. A light medium, you could easily smell it when you walked in. You'd be like, oh, that's nice. It's just kind of like cool and fresh and inviting. And if I was gonna do a floral, this would be the one. This is really pretty. If you are a floral fan, I think this is a must try. This is perfect for going into spring. You know when it's like springtime and the air is still cold. It's still cold outside, but there's green. It's starting to green up a little bit. There may be a few little like very early flowers coming up. This is that time of year. This is cool and crisp and fresh and just pretty fragrant spring florals. I really quite like this. Would it be a repurchase for me? I don't know. If my daughter loves it, I will, but I don't know. I don't warm enough florals myself to reach for this a whole ton, but it is beautiful. If you like floral scents, or if you want to add a spring floral bar to your stash, just for those days in early spring where you do want to try something floral, this is a good one. Bergamot and tuberose. Now, this is now the second day for it. It's been going for 24 hours. I walked in there. It's actually built up in her room quite nicely. It's still a light medium, but the cashmere note I think has worn down quite a bit. And now it's just kind of a cool, pretty fresh floral, like opening a fridge that has roses stored in it at like the florist, kind of like that. A little bit green, a little bit damp, a little bit rosy, but in like a very fresh, pretty way. It's that. If you like those kind of cool flower smells, like cool, crisp, like green flowers, this has less greenery than a lot of those. And that cashmere note adds something very different that I've not seen Scentsy do in a floral scent, and I quite like it. So that is Bergamot and tuberose. Very pretty. I would say light medium intensity in the room I've tried it in, and at least average duration. It seems to be going longer than average. So there's that one. Do I think any of these three are open layout worthy? Bergamot and tuberose, definitely not. I would say this is a small space scent. White or pink, champagne and pink grapefruit. I think you could do an open layout for this one. I don't think it'll go very long in an open layout though. I would say if you did this in an open layout, probably 8 hours or less. But in a small space, it goes a bit longer. But I think it has the strength. Plum and vanilla orchid. This is gonna be a 50-50. I think in an open layout like mine in my home, it would be okay. I think it would be a 12-hour or less open layout bar in my home. In a bedroom though, this is going quite nicely. It's lasting a nice amount of time. It's nice and strong. This would be a hit or miss open layout bar. So as far as open layout worthy from this Valentine's Day collection, I think they're probably not like the biggest boomers as far as performance, but they're not bad either. Like as far as like if you're looking for a scent that's super, super light, there's no super, super light ones here to my nose in my home. Bergamot and tuberose is on the light side for sure. This is the one I would say definitely stick to small spaces. But other than that, the other two could be hit or miss depending on your home and airflow and all of those other factors. Now that said, for a Valentine's Day collection, I feel like for Valentine's Day, they often give us bars that would be well suited to bedrooms. Just, you know, Valentine's Day, cozy, like all that kind of stuff. These do smell like good bedroom scents, especially Bergamot and tuberose and Plum and vanilla orchid. Champagne and pink grapefruit would be nice for like bathrooms, laundry, even living spaces, offices. So they went less overtly like bedroomy than they sometimes do for Valentine's Day scents. So there's the three of them. Overall, I'm glad I got this collection. I enjoy them. Pink grapefruit one, probably not my thing, but other than that, quite enjoy them. And I do think I'm maybe the minority with that pink grapefruit thought. From what I'm hearing from people are quite liking this. So it seems like, yes, if you like grapefruit scents and you like fresh scents, there's a good chance this will be very up your alley. That is the champagne and pink grapefruit one. But I think the favorite from most people that I've talked to is the plum and vanilla orchid. And I would agree, this was my favorite as well by far. Yeah, that is the three. So that is cold and warm sniff reviews. There you go. And then we will jump into the rest of the haul. So the other thing I grabbed with a half off is this Heartstruck mini warmer. Now this is a ceramic 15 watt mini warmer, and I believe this has since sold out. So I think this sold out like yesterday. So this is no longer available and will probably not be back unless they bring it back next year. Okay, so here is the Heartstruck mini warmer all put together. It is a glazed ceramic 15 watt bulb warmer, a little dish that'll hold up to 2 cubes, and it has these red and pink hearts around the outside, and it does go all the way around. This is super cute. I'm a big fan. I love a good ceramic mini warmer. These ones tend to perform the best for me. So it's got the cutout holes as well where light will shine through and heat can escape. And then it will also light up. So I believe you can see the light all the way through, even on the white parts here, when this is lit. So I will take a picture and I will post it to my Instagram and probably my Facebook page too, which is northern_lights_glow on Instagram. And then I have a Facebook group as well that is in the comment description box below. In the description box, not the comments. So there is the mini warmer. It's very cute. This is going to live in my daughter's bathroom as her Valentine's warmer for her bathroom. That is super cute. I'm happy with that. Then I grabbed the 3-pack of scent circles in the Valentine's Day scents. I figured I'd use one of these in my car and then gift a couple to some friends for little Valentine's gifts. So there are those. And yeah, the plum, and it's the same scents as the bars. So you got the bergamot and tuberose, champagne and pink grapefruit, and the plum and vanilla orchid. These do have little, I can't open them right now, it's gonna use it up, but on the back, I think I can do this, yeah. They are colored and it says love notes and it has the scent description of the scent. So it's cute. So there's that one. There is the bergamot and tuberose, which yeah, you can see love notes and it's got the scent notes there. So there are those. Then I grabbed one of the fragrance flowers. This is the Primposy Valentine's Day one in plum and vanilla orchid. And again, this is for our bathroom in the ensuite. The Primposy is a very pretty shape. It's like almost like a rose. It looks similar to Buttercup Bell, but it's more full and more closed than the Buttercup Bell, if that makes sense. The Buttercup Bell is the like similar shaped one in the catalog. Primposy is a bit like tighter floral petals and a few more petals, I think, as well. I quite like Primposy, and then of course the plum and vanilla orchid oil. The oil is dark purple to match the wax. So yeah, and then it'll soak up and turn the flower purple as well. Because I had an extra half off, I also grabbed the Lucky in Love fragrance flower from the catalog. This is the Dahlia Darling, or Darling Dahlia, and then the Lucky in Love. This one has clear oil and the white flower, so it'll just stay white. So there's that. Lucky in Love I thought would just be a nice one for my daughter's bathroom for the early spring. Lucky in Love, if you haven't smelled it, is supposed to be a dupe for one of the Victoria's Secret scents. Love Spell, maybe? Or maybe? If you know what the dupe is, put it in the comments below, please. But it's supposed to be a Victoria's Secret dupe of some sort. What it smells like is like a berry musk type scent. It's quite pretty. Then I grabbed a candle. This is one that I've already had and I've finished it. This is the Cozy Vanilla candle, the ceramic one. Cozy Vanilla. The scent notes on this I think are like sandalwood and vanilla, and it's just been so lovely. I've really enjoyed this candle, and so I got another one because I had a party to close. So I'm really enjoying this. I will say I prefer the glass vessels only because you can see the flame through the glass, whereas with these ceramic ones, you can't really tell they're lit unless they're at face level. And I keep mine high up on the bookshelf because I have a child and a big dog. So I keep these up high where, you know, they're above face level if you're sitting in the living room. And so I can't see if this is lit. You can maybe see like a little bit of light here if you can see it at this angle. But if it's at this angle, you really can't tell if it's lit unless you look down into it. So there it is. It's very nice. Nice jar, nice packaging. Yeah, it says Scentsy on the back. Yeah, I do wish they would make it just like a floral design rather than the S. I get the S as, you know, the logo, but we're not S people. If you had a name like Sam or Sabrina, or your last name was like Smith or something like that, this would make great sense and it'd be super cute decor. But for me, it doesn't make sense as decor because we aren't S people. So the candle, love the scent. I would highly recommend Cozy Vanilla if you're into those kind of woodsy vanilla scents. It's very nice. I wish we would get this in a wax bar. Quite like that. So there is that. Then I grabbed just a random bar because I had like a few dollars in extra credits and I thought I'd just throw a bar in. This is Emerald Pear Blossom. I plan to warm my bar of Emerald Pear Blossom quite soon. So because I'm expecting to warm it in the next few days, I thought I would, you know, replace it since I had credits. This is so good. This is juicy and fruity. Like if you're a fruity fan, this is a must try. This is like cranberry pear candy. It's like super, super sweet, super juicy, super fun, super strong. This is very open layout worthy. So Emerald Pear Blossom. The other one I grabbed, this was not with credits or anything because it's licensed. You can't use party credits. I just grabbed this because I wanted to try it because it sounded so good. It's got strawberry, bubblegum, vanilla. It's got all kinds of good stuff. This one smells nothing like the notes, I will say. This is the Rapunzel Spirited Determination bar from Tangled. So I was expecting this to be bright, fruity, little kid-friendly, like unapologetically fruity and sugary sweet based on the notes. This is a perfumey scent. It is floral. I would describe it as a fruity floral with some freshness too, especially on warm. So I've got this in my office right now. Yeah, it's like laundry on the back. I've got 2 cubes going in my office. I would describe this as a citrus scent. Citrus floral with a hint of like fresh laundry. It's a little bit of everything. It's one of those bars that's fruity, fresh, and a little bit clean as well, and floral. So it's a bit of everything. I think you have to like perfumey scents for this one. It does have quite a bit of musk, I would say. Like the perfumey note I'm getting, it smells like musk to my nose. So I would say citrus musk is kind of the main thing. When I broke the bar to put it in the warmer, I got a bit of strawberry come out, but I didn't really get that as much on warm. On warm, it's kind of like primarily a fruity floral with more floral than fruit. And to my nose, the floral is reading a little bit rosy almost, but I'm not sure what other florals are in there. But the crazy thing to me is that florals were not in the notes on this. There was 0 floral, 0 musk, 0 anything that would make a person think that this was a perfumey floral scent in the description. But it is a perfumey, fruity floral scent, and on warm to my nose, it has a bit of a fresh laundry base that comes out as well. It's pleasant enough, but it is not even close to what I expected. Performance-wise, it's doing fantastic. I would say strong performance, strong throw, very open layout worthy. In my office, that 2 cubes is strong. It's now 24 hours in. It is still booming. It's probably gonna go for a good few days. But it's not what I expected, and it's not one I would repurchase. This is a scent that I don't mind, but it's not what I expected. I got this expecting it to be something for my daughter's room. Like very sweet, very little kid-friendly, like strawberries, bubblegum, vanilla, watermelon. Where's the watermelon? That's what I want to know. I can't find watermelon if I'm looking for it in here. This is a perfumey fruity floral with some laundry. So that is the Spirited Determination bar. If that sounds up your alley and you're looking for a nice, strong, like open layout worthy scent, and you like those kind of fruity florals and some fresh scents, this is a good all-purpose scent for that. But for me, this is not, you have to be aware that it's not going to be like the bubblegum strawberry watermelon scent that you're expecting. So that is Spirited Determination. Then with a half off, I restocked my Frosty Air washer whiffs. I go through these like crazy. This is my favorite of the current scent offerings. At Christmas, we had a pistachio one that I really liked, but these are like my go-to. Like as far as like regular laundry day, these are the ones that I reach for all the time. Frosty Air. So they have like Lily of the Valley and I want to say grapefruit. It's a very traditional laundry scent, but it's not as floral as some. Like it's a fresher, brighter, not really sweet, but there's a sweetness to it in like a cool, fresh air kind of way. I just really like this for laundry. So Frosty Air, such a good one. With credits, because I had credits to use, I grabbed one more of the Clara warmer. Now, I have never bought more than one of the same warmer, ever, until Victorian Glow at Christmas time, where I had them on each side of my book of my mantle there. But this is Clara lit up, and it's got like brass, like metal joinery here, and then it's got like this kind of like creamy marbled glass there as well. I really like it. It goes very well with all of my decor, and I think it's neutral enough and timeless enough that if I want to put it up with like flanking things, like if I want to do it on either end of my mantle or either end of my bookcase or whatever, I will have 2 to flank furniture with if I want to in the future. And I think this is a warmer that this would be up my alley 15 years from now. So that one I think is here for the long haul, in my home at least. So I went ahead and got another one. So here it is. So there's the picture. And as you can see, it's got this kind of like brassy gold. And then there it is lit up. So that is Clara. I really am happy with this warmer. So I grabbed another one. So hope that was good. Hope that was entertaining. Since we are on the topic of Valentine's Day, I would love to hear in the comments below what your thoughts on these Valentine's Day bars are if you've tried them. If you've not tried them, I would love to know what you typically enjoy to melt around Valentine's Day. For me, historically, what I melt around Valentine's Day is things like French Kiss, which is like a fig woodsy type scent. I love it. Lucky in Love, which is like amber and dark chocolate. I try to melt like themed Valentine's Day bars as well. But yeah, so that's what I melt. But if you haven't tried these bars, what do you historically melt around Valentine's Day? I would love to know in the comments below so that people can get some ideas on what they might want to melt if they want to either get the new bars or shop the stash that they have and see what they have that might suit the theme. So let us know in the comments below what you like to melt around the Valentine's Day season. And other than that, I will talk to you next time. Thanks so much for watching. See ya. Bye-bye.